Okay guys, welcome to my Feralas gold farming guide. Now this is going to be pretty quick, so we're not going to get too in-depth. It's a pretty simple farm when it comes to down to it. But first what I want to do is I want to show you my TSM ledger for this area. And I want to just show you real quick, tiny emerald. Whoops, if I can spell. So these are my current sales for the tiny emerald whelpling, okay? And in Feralas, we're going to be farming, or in this route, we're going to be farming the Noxious Whelpling, okay? And it has the chance to drop the tiny emerald whelpling that sells for a ton of gold. Okay, as you can see, it has a decent drop chance. I wouldn't say it's as good as the dark whelpling from Badlands as far as percentages, but its value is definitely much more worth it than the dark whelpling. So as you can see, in total, I've made about 89,700 gold on just the whelpling itself on sales, and it drops pretty frequently, like I said, but the price does kind of fluctuate quite a bit, and it's all based on markets, like or how desperately someone wants to get one, right, or have one. So as you can see, when I first started selling them about 600 days ago, they were only about 3,500 gold, and then about 200 days ago they jumped to about 10,000, right, and then within the last let's say about 100, 3 months or so, right, they have stabled out about 6 to 9 to 8. But then yesterday, I put one on the auction house and someone bought one for 15,200 gold, right? You're going to make gold on these pets, right? If one drops for you, you've got a pile of gold sitting in your bags for it. Okay, so definitely worth the farm if you want to do this. Now, I want to say you don't want to come out here and farm for 15 hours like all my other whelp farms that I've said. Just come out here for 10, 20 minutes and just do the route. And the route is super simple. We are up here in the northern part of Feralas, right? And we're next to this dream ball, and we just basically go around the water. Well, not really all the way around. I'll show you where to skip over here in a second. But if you're a horde character, the camp Ayuta, or I'm terrible with the names, guys. The camp over here is going to be for where you want to set your Hearthstone, okay, on your farming tune. And if I think the Dreamer's Rest over here for the Alliance is another place you can set your Hearthstone. But if you are a Horde character, you want to come down here to Camp Mojok, and that is where a mailbox is going to be for you. So you want to pick up the flight path there and be able to fly from the camp over here down to the camp down there, to when you get a whelp to drop or something special to drop, you can mail it out to your Bengals from there, okay? Um, and then when you're done mailing it out, you just Hearthstone back to this camp and get back up over here if you want to continue farming or if you want to call it a day, So let's go over the route real quick because it's going to be super simple. We're just killing these noxious whelplings, or whelps, right? And they have a chance to drop a lot of different things. I've gotten a few epics. I've gotten a few rares. Um, Usually they just drop a bunch of these tiny fangs and some grays and whatnot. I've got a few greens that were special, but nothing too to write home about. Um, but then again, these tiny fangs and the bones, they do tend to add up over time. So when you do sell them to a vendor, you could get a decent amount of just vendor trash for them, vendor price for them. So it's actually really, it's not too bad. Um, Now, I think a few people are already out here farming this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run past what they're doing. I just wanted to kill a few to show you how easy they are to kill. I'm a level 44 mage, and I actually believe I I leveled up on these whelps from like level 28 or something like that to 44. It was crazy. Um, oh, another pointer while you're out here doing this farm. Secondary professions. You could pick up skinning, so you can skin the whelps you kill. That would be beneficial to supplement your income while you're out here doing this farm. The other one would be herbalism, to pick up like the blind weed and stuff you find around, the Khadgar's whisker, and there's some other stuff here. And mining. There are plenty of iron nodes, gold, nodes and stuff around this area that you could just, add a few extra, uh, you know, bits of gold to your profits now. So as you can see, someone else has already been farming, but there's usually like a decent amount of whelps in this path that I'm doing that you'll see as you're riding through the same area. This is the little nook up here. A lot of people forget to clear, but there's one whelp up here and then the one behind the rock. So you want to come up this way. Then we're going to come up over this little tree hump over here. Doink. There'll be two whelps in this little area right here, but you want to make sure that you don't cross over the water yet. You want to come over this way. And there should be two whelps, one right here and then one over here by this bush. And make sure you grab those two before you jump over. I think there's like 3 or 4 people out here farming right now, so or questing. I wasn't really sure. I didn't check their levels, but so you just jump across the water right there at that mound, and you want to just take this little path across the island. You shouldn't body pull anything if you're a decent level, like 40s or something. Not a big deal. Then you'll find, just come over here. Swim across this little section. There should be a whelp right here, up here on the hillside. Come over this way when you come up this hill, and there should be a whelp right here by this tree. And there should be one right here in this little nook area. And then, of course, you just have one right there. And you just come across the center here. You'll see them, one's over there. And just kill what you see. Definitely come up more over this way, because this guy's kind of out there a little ways. But there should be like 2 here. There's always one hiding behind this rock here. Take out. And you're back at the starting area. At the start of the route, basically, and you just cycle through. I mean, you just come down here, clear out the whelps you see on this little jet out behind this tree over this way, and start the route over again. So yeah, there is one more thing I wanted to mention, is that you will possibly get from these noxious whelplings this thing called a spirit darter egg, right? And for now, it's soulbound. But I do believe in a certain patch. Now I'm not sure if it's going to be in Mist of Pandaria or if it's later, that this will become a learnable pet that you can sell in the auction house. So you may want to, if you do get one, just keep it in your bags and don't actually learn it as a pet for you, because it could sell for quite a bit of gold later in a different expansion with Classic. So just wanted to point that out there, because I've gotten a few of these to drop so far. So, all right. Well, I hope that helps you with the Feralas gold farm, and thanks for watching. And until next time.